Ramos. Tyler Ramos. Tyler Ramos. Tyler Ramos.
Here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let me know if I'm blowing your eardrums out. I know we had that little audio snafu yesterday. I don't want to be breaking people's eardrums. So let me know if we're too loud or if we're just loud and clear. And also, I feel like a little kid. Hey, CandleMafia, what's going on, guys? Let me go ahead and drop down the Frankie Candle studio real quick. If you guys didn't know, our entire studio is on a levitating platform that we can raise up and down. But what is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys for spending your precious time with us here tonight. There's a lot of things you could be out there doing on this fine Tuesday night. But you chose to spend it with the CandleMafia, and hey, audio clipping boss. Okay, yeah, I don't know what happened with that. Test. I think that should be better. Rob, give me a hot or cold. Give me hot or cold. Are we getting there? Is it still clipping, or are we better? Let me know. I'll continue to adjust it if we are clipping, guys. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. You're too loud, bro. Let's see, better or best, better or good. Let me know. I know we do get pretty loud on the show here. Let me do this. Let me turn it down one more notch there. Now we should be able to yell. Hopefully that is good. Rob, just hit me with a little update whenever you can. And yeah, we'll continue to fix it here. Yo, Frankie, what's good, bro? You ready to spit that fire sauce? Absolutely. Shout out to Vincent Gracia. Shout out to you, man. But guys, we have an amazing show for you tonight. We're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin. We're going to be taking a look at some of those altcoins towards the end of the stream. Try to figure out what is going on with Bitcoin. Obviously not too much has happened here. Obviously we did get a little bit of volatility as we are starting to get a little bit of a pump here as we speak on the lower time frames. But let's see. I am bullish, Poon. Good for now. Okay, shout out to Rob. Thank you for that, bro. not much has happened. We obviously got a little bit of volatility this morning. Jerome Powell was speaking. These weird things kind of come out of nowhere. Not a lot of people knew about this, but we did get a little volatility. We got a not a big, but we got a quick, fast move up to our value area high, where we were looking at a little bit of a scalp short there in the premium Discord, and then boom, it absolutely dumped, actually past our profit target, and absolutely dumped like super fast. So we did get a little bit of volatility today, which was pretty fun. However, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, guys, we are still just ranging between our $22,319 level and about that, $24K level. Just still kind of in that range, and we will break that down. I'll kind of let you guys know if I'm feeling bearish or if I'm leaning bearish or bullish, but we'll look at the bullish case, we'll look at the bearish case, and then I'll let you guys know which way I'm leaning. As you guys know, I am definitely leaning bullish in the long term, but then those medium-term time frames are getting a little dicey. We have some bearish things, we have some bullish things, so we're gonna break it down. It's a little bit hard to read. If you guys saw the BitBoy Crypto morning stream, you will know I was kind of talking about how and we actually talked about this last night on the live stream. We're kind of at a weird point in the market here where, a few months ago, I was very, very, very confident with all of the shorts that I was taking. And, every long I got into, we did long a little bit, but they were kind of sketchy, right? Because we were obviously in a big downtrend. Obviously, the bear market was in full effect. And, those longs were kind of sketchy, right? But the shorts were kind of a no-brainer. You could kind of just wait for a bearish signal at key resistance, and then boom, you would nail that short, no problem. But now we're kind of at a turning point, right? Obviously we leaned on the shorts heavy in the bear market, which is just typically what you do. The trend is your friend until the end. But now we are nearing the end of at least the medium-term trend, making that higher high on the weekly. Is it time? Is it time to start leaning more long heavy? It just might be. That's definitely been the case the past few weeks. But we're kind of in that weird spot, right? I've been kind of not uncomfortable, but, I've been kind of questioning both longs and shorts. Rather than in the bear market, you're super confident short, kind of skeptical long. As we're kind of reversing or potentially reversing the macro trend here, things are a little dicey in either direction. The longs are not, the longs are kind of, hey, we're kind of like, are we still in the bear market? Can I long this? Is this looking good, or is this just going to be a big fake out and we're going to get wrecked like like the longs have been getting wrecked for the past few months? Or is the trend actually starting to change now, and now the shorts are going to get wrecked? So right now, guys, again, I've been kind of talking about this yesterday. I was talking about it. I was talking about it yesterday. I was talking about this morning. We're in a choppy market right now. Things are a little bit weird, and that is because we may be shifting. Macro trends, and yeah, exactly. Shout out to Fazian. You guys will know. I actually did make a video. I know you guys are probably hearing a ton about the Golden Cross. I did a video, a pre-record today. Shout out to Thesis. I did see that super chat. I will come back to it in just a second. But I made a video about the Golden Cross. I'm sure you guys are hearing all about it. It's the mega bullish signal. Bull run back on. The Golden Cross is here. But I made a pre-record today kind of digging into the Golden Cross, very similar to how we did with the DXY when we saw the Death Cross on the daily for the DXY. Which in hindsight actually did play out pretty well. Shout out to Jonathan Schaefer. I think it was Jonathan Schaefer that pointed that out. You get the Death Cross on the DXY. It was kind of basically the signal that called this big pump to the upside for Bitcoin. But now we're getting a Golden Cross on the daily for Bitcoin, which a lot of people are looking at as like the bullish signal. But I'm going to break it down in that video. It's going to be uploaded tomorrow about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So definitely keep an eye out for that video. And we kind of break it down. We look at the previous Golden Crosses, and we kind of see how they play out, and try to figure out how much weight we should really put on this Golden Cross. And just to add a little bit more murkiness to that water, guys, not only do we have the Golden Cross on the daily, shout out to Fazian just brought up that we have a Death Cross on the weekly. Right? So, are we in for, the biggest dump ever on Bitcoin? Because we've never had a Death Cross on the Bitcoin weekly chart. So, if that actually happens, that could potentially be a mega bear signal. So, things are definitely, not very clear right now. So, just be careful. You guys remember we were talking to Crypto Face when he was on the stream last week, and he was kind of saying the same thing. Like this is a sketchy time in the market, and, when it's choppy, it's choppy. So, just be careful out there, both long and short. Just please be careful. But yeah, so we're going to be taking a look at that Golden Cross too. I'll break it down just a little bit for you guys. And I don't want to give away all the sauce that was in the video, but, we will definitely take a look at that Golden Cross. And then we'll take a look at the weekly Death Cross as well and kind of dig into that stuff. And then obviously we will take a look at those key levels where we may be looking for some shorts, maybe where we be looking for some longs. And then again, at the end of the stream, guys, we will be taking a look at those altcoins. Not just yet, but just wait about halfway through the stream. Get your altcoins ready. Throw them in chat. Not now. Don't put them in chat now. But halfway through the stream, throw them in chat. Rob the Crypto Snob will make a list, and he'll take your votes and count them up, and then we will pick the alts that we are going to look at. But real quick, guys, let's go ahead and what do we got? Where did that super chat go? Thesis. No way did that run. Okay, there it is. Shout out to Thesis himself. Thank you so much for that super chat, bro. I really do appreciate it, man. He said blood diamonds, red dots, yellow X's. He says fake news. Shout out to Thesis himself. You guys will know Thesis has been like boycotting and protesting the red dots, the yellow X's, any of these bearish signs. Thesis ain't with it. He's he's just been protesting them, trying to get them thrown out, and just kind of invalidating all of them. And listen, Thesis, I'll tell you what. I do want us to come down a little bit lower, but hey, I may jump on the train pretty soon with you, bro. I may jump on the train pretty soon. If we, if we keep coming up here, I will go ahead and I will sign that petition to get rid of the yellow X's and the blood diamonds, and we will fully flip into bull mode. Shout out to Thesis himself. Thank you for being here, bro. I appreciate you as always. Shout out again to Thesis himself. He says Death Cross Weekly, Bitstamp, #BoomerCoin, #Die Ponzi. Shout out to Thesis. Yo, dude, you're funny, bro. Death Cross on the weekly, the Bitstamp chart, #BoomerCoin, #Die Ponzi. Thesis, I guess, well, Thesis, do you accept the yellow X's and the blood diamonds on Bitcoin, just not the alts? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. You don't have to super chat it, though. You just send a free chat. But shout out to you, bro. I do appreciate all the super chats. You're the man. But, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into chat, say what's up to the CandleMafia, and then let's go ahead and jump right into those charts because we do have a lot to look at. Like I said, Golden Cross, Death Cross, Purgatory Cross. We got all the crosses going on. Let's see. How come DZ doesn't rate your stream anymore? Well, but shout out to Bully Berry. So DZ's not really in control of who gets rated. But BJ, somebody clip it. BJ, this one's for you, man. Listen, you save our stream when it goes down. Every time. In like 30 seconds. Our stream breaks. Boom. BJ comes in. He's like a wizard. He just like waves his fingers around like this and it fixes the stream. BJ. Rate us, bro. Why don't we get rated anymore? This is trash. It might have something to do with the fact that, your stream has to be live for someone to actually raid you. So sometimes if we get the thumbnail up and we go into the waiting room too late, they can't rate us. But yeah, actually, I'm going to bring that up to BJ. Hey, BJ, actually, hang on, guys. I'm reaching out to BJ, the stream wizard, as basically what I call him. Let's see. Let me go ahead. Hey, CandleMafia said you don't raid us anymore. What happened? I thought you loved us. Let's see. Loved us. P.S. You were looking good in those jeans today. Oh, God, this is live. Oh, no. Just kidding, guys. Let's see. Let's see if he answers us live on stream. I just shot him a text. Hopefully he can, maybe he'll rate us tomorrow. Shout out to BJ. BJ's the man. We love BJ. But, guys, let's go ahead and say what's up to the CandleMafia. Who do we have in chat? Shout out to Nomad Dad making a big comeback with the CandleMafia. Said he had to take a little bit of time off. Hey, it was a bear market, right? Well, it might still be a bear market. But, hey, sometimes you got to walk away from the chart. Sometimes you got to take a break. Life is a thing. So shout out to Nomad Dad. Welcome back, bro. We're happy to see you in here again. Shout out to you. We'll get you up and running quick. Don't you worry. We'll get you back up and running. Shout out to Vincent Ingrazia. Shout out to you, man. Said, could be a fake out. We're still stuck in the same range for 3.5 weeks. Yes, kind of boring, but also kind of fun because you're just range trading this thing. But let's see who else we got in here. Shout out to Vincent. Shout out to Randomness. Said, whatever the majority says, I still DCA no matter what. Randomness, I'll straight up say it, bro. That's a good idea, man. That's a good idea. DCA is the way. I'm not saying, obviously, we're traders, right? We're trading, but we're only trading with a small portion of our stack, right? A lot of my, or at least me personally, a lot of my money goes into long-term investment. I only day trade, relatively a small stack of my actual overall bag. And I recommend, if you're out there, not to trade with all of your money. It's very risky, especially if you're definitely not leverage trading. If you're leverage trading, do not leverage trade with your entire stack. Very, very easy to get wrecked if you don't know what you're doing, right? Shout out to Cody Codes. Cody Codes, what is going on, bro? He says EOS, please. Maybe we'll take a look at EOS today. Shout out to Rohit. What is going on, man? Mountain Climber, what is going on? Chemo Sabi in the chat. He wants to see GRT. We will probably try to take a look at that tonight. Shout out to you, Bully Berry. Thank you for calling out BJ there. We'll try and get on the raid on the raid list. Shout out to Jonathan Schaefer. Quick counter trade thesis. Shout out to Jonathan. Thank you for being here, bro. Tanner Time, what is going on, man? Says Frankie Candle himself. Shout out to Tanner Time. Thank you for being here. Chemistry Bro said, what up, Frankie? Hope you had a good day. Hey, Chemistry Bro, I did have a good day, man. Looking forward to being on Blockchain Basement tomorrow to hang out with. Oh, actually, I don't know if I could be on. I'm gonna be on Crypto Lifers. I'm doing a collab with Crypto Lifer for his channel tomorrow. It's pre-recorded, so we're doing it in the morning, but it's going to be uploaded, I think, around 8 p.m., guys, so keep a lookout for that. I know you guys love when me and Lifer get together, so go check that out on his channel tomorrow. But Chemistry Bro, I think it's actually going to be, I was going to say I'm excited to go into Blockchain Basement and hang out with you there tomorrow, because I know you're always in the basement, but I might not be able to be there. So I actually have to let TJ know that. Shout out to Bernardo. Shout out to Crash. Shout out to Allure Culture. Shout out to Jiren. Jiren, what is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. He says, always use isolated. I agree, guys. Be very, very careful with the cross margin. Maybe we'll go get into that a little bit today. There you go, Tony D. Thank you for that, bro. Shout out to Tony D. Collab with Lifer goes live tomorrow at 8 p.m. And then who else did I just see? Jonathan Schaefer cursing at, I forget who said it. Somebody said counter trade him. Shout out to Jonathan Schaefer. Shout out to that DXY Death Cross, bro. Let's see. Before we jump in, guys, Marcos 10K says, Frankie, can you give a shout out to my wife, Jocelyn? She's watching the show with me. She calls you the Bing Bong guy. Hey, Jocelyn. Hey, Jocelyn. Hey. Hi, it's me, the Bing Bong guy, right? Well, shout out to Marcos. I don't know if that's his real name, but Marcos 10K, hey, seems like a good guy. And if he's watching Frankie Candles and he's in crypto, I mean, wait, what did you say? Your wife? Yeah, your wife. Hey, I would stick with him. I'm just saying, us crypto guys wind up coming out on top, even if it takes a whole 4-year cycle. So shout out to Jocelyn. Shout out to you. I don't know if I'm on a big TV, but hey, look, I'm on TV, Jocelyn. Shout out to you. I'm the Bing Bong guy. Bing Bong. Let's see. 84 Reckless. What's up, 84? It just says, what's up, Frankie? Shout out to 84 Reckless. Might be the highest volume of super chats we've ever gotten. Shout out to 84 Reckless. I appreciate the continued support. Buy Bitcoin Daily. Jake says, wouldn't a weekly timetable weigh heavier in TA than a daily time frame in respect to the crosses? Shout out to Buy Bitcoin Daily. I love that name. Shout out to Jake. But yes, typically the higher time frames do hold a little bit more weight. But I'm actually going to get into that weekly death cross and kind of talk. I do have some thoughts on it and why it may or may not play out. So we're going to get into it. But yes, in short, you're right. The higher time frames do typically hold a little bit more weight than the lower time frames for sure. So shout out to you, man. Bear Divs printing everywhere. Thesis, let's go, baby. Let's go. All right, guys. So without further ado, don't forget to smack that like button. Smack it. I don't think I've ever said that. We got 685 people in here. Don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on that wheel of pain and pleasure where you will all get multiple chances to win some free crypto. So don't forget to smack that like button. And without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the charts. Shout out to the Aztecian Cactus Moss Water, guys. I'm going to go ahead and crack a fresh one here. Shout out to the Aztecians. Oh, yeah. And also, guys, we don't have a shot today, but we do have the gross green juice. We're going to have to, this is, yeah. Oh, God, look at that. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I don't want to drink this. But we're gonna, guys. Health, life and health. All right, guys. I absolutely bodied the like button, bro. Let's go. Shout out to Wesley Morris. Let's go ahead and jump right into the charts here. Let's see. All right. Hang on, guys. I have some business to attend to here. Hasta pasta, homie. Bye-bye. Okay. Anyway. All right, let's go ahead and take a look here on the, let's go ahead and turn that TA off. And let's just take a look at the higher time frames, guys. I'm just going to fly through this. You guys know I am leaning bullish on the higher time frames. We do have a higher high on the weekly, so that is what's making me a little bit more bullish in the macro. And then we're going to kind of talk about this VWAP starting to cool off and where, if we do get a cool off, where I would be looking for some support before potentially continuing higher. Taking a look at that 6-day VWAP cooling off. 5-day also cooling off. Let's see. Shout out to Connor Anderson. Let's see. Hey, Connor, did you get rid of your last name? Did you ditch your last name? Yeah, where is Jessica? Jessica's missing class today. But VWAP on that 5-day, guys, is cooling off. That 4-day is still printing that red dot, but money flow is still in the green. So still leaning still leaning a little bit more bullish in the long term, but that 4-day red dot could bring us down a bit here. One thing you guys do want to remember, obviously, is in a strong uptrend, you may not see these red dots or even just like bearish divergences. Any bearish signals are most likely not going to play out as they do in a big downtrend. But, you know, if you could catch the top of that pump, sometimes you can catch that really, really big move down. Your 2-day red dot is confirmed, rejected at that 0 line as we are starting to come down here. And then obviously on the daily, we did come up to this key level of resistance. I will turn the TA back on in just a second. Oh, hey, look at that, guys. Look who just DM'd me. Crypto Lifer popping up in there. Let's go. Let's see. I'm incognito for right now. Shout out to Connor. Let's go, bro. All right. Shout out to the Mafia. Shout out to Brian Peterson. Let's go. You guys are funny. So Frankie, what's your opinion on hot dogs? Is it a sandwich? Hot dogs are not a sandwich. I'm sorry. Maybe on a technical level, but to me, a hot dog will never be a sandwich. But let's continue on. Paper Planes in the chat. Let's go. Shout out to Paper Planes. Okay, so taking a look here, guys, obviously that daily did give us that little bearish divergence, kind of a funky looking one here, but we did have those higher highs on our price with the lower highs on our momentum waves, giving us that correction to the downside, but that VWAP is starting to curve back up here. Now, obviously, you guys will know that this is one of the things that I am looking at to potentially get our next big move to the upside, in my opinion, will likely happen once we get that next green dot. If we are going to get that move up, that green dot on the daily would be a great time to do it. And it does look like, right, that bear div did play out a little bit here, and now that VWAP is curving back to the upside. So is this the full extent of that bearish divergence on the daily time frame? You guys will know we were also looking at the 16 and that 12-hour bearish divergence as well. But we actually have some interesting stuff popping up on these time frames, which I'm actually going to talk about them right now, right? So this was kind of one of those things, as well as another thing. This is the bullish case, in my opinion here, right? We do have a 16-hour green dot printing currently, right? We have 54 minutes to confirm this. If this does confirm, actually confirm, and we can get the 45, or not the 45, I'm sorry, the 90 and there it is. That 1 hour money flow crossover into the green. Sometimes, guys, when you get that 16-hour green dot, that 12-hour green dot, and you have the 1 hour, the 45-minute, the 90-minute starting to cross over into the green with your money flow, this sometimes can indicate a big move incoming to the upside. Now, this is one of those things where it either really, really hits or it's kind of just lackluster. A lot of times you will at least get something, but sometimes when you get that green dot and money flow crossovers at the same time on these time frames, sometimes that can actually cause a very, very big pump. The one thing that kind of has me a little hesitant here with this actually playing out immediately is the fact that the VWAP is cooling off a lot on the 1 hour. It's also very, very overbought, right? So that is something to keep in mind, but the fact that we're getting that money flow crossover into the green with that 16-hour green dot and the 45-minute in the green and that 90-minute looking to cross over could indicate a move to the upside, but nothing, again, very, very overbought on a lot of these time frames as well. So, just kind of hammers home that point that things are very, very confusing right now, and we may, a lot of times when the charts are hard to read, guys, when you have money flow in the red and then back in the green and then back in the red and then back in the green and then back in the red, and it's kind of bing-bonging around. A lot of times, this is exactly what that turns out to be, and it's just consolidation, right? It's just kind of ranging around. A lot of times, when you have unclear signals on your indicators, that is likely what is happening. Price just kind of bing-bongs around. Shout out to Chewy. Chewy says, hey, great TA, man, but don't forget to breathe. Thank you. Chewy, sometimes I do forget to breathe. Shout out to you, bro. I'll actually take a breather right now, take a sip of that Aztecian cactus moss water. And to balance out the Aztecian cactus moss water, let's drink a bunch of this disgusting green juice that tastes like grass if you put it in a bag with rotting food and let it sit there for 2 weeks. And let's just drink some of that because somehow that makes you live longer. So here we go. Salut. Oh, my God. Oh, God. It literally tastes like grass. Okay. Moving on here, guys. Here we go. Yeah, so I will say this. On the bullish end, on the bullish side, this is the... I'm going to give you guys all the bullish cases right now, right? Money flow on the 90-minute looking good. That's always a good sign as well when you have the daily VWAP curving up, because if you can get a green dot, just where these time frames fall, that daily green dot with that and that 16-hour green dot with the 1 hour and the 90-minute money flow, again, a lot of those things, a lot of times when that happens, you can get a very, very big move to the upside. So, something to keep an eye on, right? So daily VWAP is curving up. Too soon to tell. We're not going to print a green dot likely today, maybe tomorrow or the next day. But that is, somewhat of a decent sign, right? But you do have that 16-hour green dot, which again is probably likely to leak into that daily. But again, 16-hour green dot, 12-hour looking for the green dot. Your 10-hour has a green dot confirmed. But here is the thing that has got me feeling pretty decent here, right? So 4-hour, right? 4-hour money flow is now back in the green. A little too soon for me to a little too soon for me to really write home about this, but we came into the red and we came into the green. This is the situation that I told you guys that we may have to be ready for, right? We had money flow clearly coming out, and this is when we were calling, hey, we might come down, hey, we might come down, and then finally we came down off that bearish divergence from up here, which was a short level that we gave in the premium Discord. Shout out to the premium Discord, and that did finally wind up playing out, giving us a nice little 6% move to the downside. Definitely a profitable move, especially if you're using leverage. So nice little short from that key level of resistance. However, and again, the reason I was leaning so heavy on that was because the money flow was creeping out on the 4 hours. This is especially with the divergence, this is a very, very strong signal to short, right? So that is why we just kept coming up and we kept coming up, and then finally we got the move down. But this was kind of what we were talking about yesterday that we need to be prepared for, is the fact that a lot of times in a strong uptrend, what can happen is we will come into the red with the money flow, but just for a breath of fresh air. You come down, you take a breath, and then you get dunked right back into the green. And now that is basically what we are seeing happening. So again, just to kind of compare this to the past, if we come on all the way back to 2018 or the bear market of 2018, I just kind of want to show you guys. You could see we had a big run up right here. Money flow was in the green, and then it started coming out. We crossed over into the red, but we just took a little breath before coming back into a much bigger green wave. Now, obviously, this isn't one for one exactly what we're seeing happen, but just the idea here is that when you're in a strong uptrend or when the trend is likely to continue, a lot of times what you will see is a little dip into the red momentarily, and then you spend much more time in the green. So we have to be ready, which is why this is such a hard time in the market, is because we have to be ready to kind of switch sentiment here, right? Because we were leaning very bearish in the bear market, but now we kind of have to be ready for this money flow to start spending more time in the green rather than spending more time in the red. And sometimes that shift is really hard for some people to make, right? So just to point out that it's kind of what we've been saying we have to be careful about, right? So we have the money flow coming out, which was very, very bearish with the divergences, very bearish. We got the move down. We finally got it, right? We were hoping for a bigger move down, but we didn't get it. We know it's not guaranteed. But now we've come into the red, and now we're back in the green. So I have to lean a little bit more bullish on the 4 hour, just for the fact that we did come into the green with the money flow, as well as, we got that double green dot down here, and we are very, very oversold on the 4 hour. And on top of that, guys, I don't know if I'm willing to call this, but somewhat of a bullish divergence here on the 4 hour. Not the strongest signal here, but somewhat of a bullish divergence here on the 4 hour. So 4 hour actually does look kind of good because of that money flow and the fact that we were just very oversold. And then moving on here, 3 hour back in the green. Your 2 hour is creeping up into the green. That 1 hour money flow crossover into the green is happening right now. But again, VWAP may step on that. So this is kind of what I'm looking for. If we could come down here and get a VWAP flip where we have the VWAP pop below the 0 line, print a red dot, and then immediately comes up and prints another green dot, that may be a good indication that things are likely going to continue to the upside. But money flow on the 90-minute also coming up. Look at that nice curvature on that 90-minute. That could be a signal of continuation to the upside. 45-minute back in the green, and then your 30-minute, 24-minute, and lower are all back in the green. So 4 hour is your bullish case with the money flow, and then that 16-hour green dot with the 190 and 45-minute money flows coming into the green or looking to cross over very soon would be your bullish case. And then again, just like the 90-minute, that nice curve into that green does look pretty good. And as you guys know, although we did put a lot of top signals up here with the bearish divergences at this key level of resistance that I'll just show you real quick, this blue box essentially. This is, the fact that we did not see, the fact that all we saw was this little 6% dump on all those bearish signals could be a good sign that the bulls are here to stay. So being very, very, very careful. Yeah, we're just ranging. Shout out to Jason. Shout out to Jason Hull. Yeah. So, yeah, very true, right? Like, if we just look at this range here, like, really not much has happened since yesterday. So, yeah, 100% correct. But let's go ahead and pull up those levels and kind of see. This is why I love the volume profile, because now we have a little bit of context, right? We are approaching our value area high. As we are very oversold or overbought on that 90-minute and that 1 hour, right? So we're approaching key resistance of our value area high with our 1 hour very overbought, looking for a red dot. So money flow looks pretty good, guys. I will say that. Money flow coming back on the 4 hour, coming back on the 1 hour. It could be indicative of a new trend to the upside. So being very careful here. Now, key levels remain essentially the same. Yeah, sorry guys, my Discord, I don't know if you guys can hear those Discord notifications. I apologize if you can. But key levels remain essentially the same as they have been. Value area high, actually, let me just make sure. Yeah, value area high coming in at $23,327. This is going to remain key, right? As we approach that value area high, this is the area where we look for shorts. We look for shorts on the value area high. I personally do not trade at the POC. Reason being is when you're at the POC, typically you do kind of just play around on it and it gets a little shady. You can see here, you kind of just stick to it. Not the best place to take a trade. Very volatile, very up and down, very hard to predict. So we look for shorts at the highs, right? Look for a short here, you look for a short here, you look for a short here. This one wouldn't have played out, but nothing's 100%. And then you're essentially looking for longs at the bottom, longs at the value area low, longs at the value area low, longs at the value area low. So that is basically, again, how we are treating this range, and we are coming up to that key level of that value area high. So looking for some potential bearish confirmations at this level to potentially look for a scalp short to the downside. But again, with the money flow crossover on that 1 hour, with the 16-hour green dot, I'm being very careful with the shorts. But above that, guys, if we do actually happen to hop above our value area high here and come up and make another move out of the value area high, if we could flip it to support, the next major level I would be looking at for shorts would be actually starting at the bottom of this golden pocket at about $23,644. This would be the first place I would look for a rejection. This is essentially just the golden pocket from, let me go ahead, from this high here all the way to the bottoms down here, these little lows that we made down here yesterday. So that would be the next area I would be looking for a short, kind of within this blue box with our specific bearish confirmations. And that is if we get a move to the upside. Now, again, I don't know if we're going to see a squeeze into that 25K level, which is, again, that next major level of resistance, right? This is a strong level of resistance, but this 25K level is likely going to be much stronger. But I don't know if we may get a squeeze out of this level to come visit that 25K level. I just don't know if it's going to happen before we get our green dot on the daily. This is kind of what I am watching for to really get that next big move to the upside. So just covering the bull case here, guys. Again, if we do continue up, I would look for a flip of this value area high to support. into that this level, which does come between about 23,640 and about 23,834. Don't forget, you do have that 786 up here that we rejected beautifully 2 times, actually 3 times, coming in at about, I would call it 24K. I would actually make this a range, more of a box. You could even pull it from these wicks, but I would say about, 24K is going to give you that psychological resistance. But just generally, this box up here also going to be some pretty strong resistance. And then, if we can break through that 24K level, next big level is going to be that 25K range, right? Between about $25,000 or $24,800 and about $25,400. And then that would be a real good place to actually get a cool-off, right? If we are not going to break this range to the downside, which it seems like we never are going to, right? If this ever breaks if this does not break to the downside, this would be a this would be a really good place to finally get a big correction in. And again, guys, remember this. With the money flow, this is one of those things why we were leaning bearish. Key resistance. We're getting the divergences, right? Very strong bear signal. And then we had money flow coming out on a lot of these higher time frames. But again, the reason I'm starting to be like, hey, maybe we don't break this range to the downside is because on the lower time frames, we're back in the green, right? 1 hour, back in the green with the money flow. 2 hour, creeping up. 90-minute, about to cross into the green. 45-minute, back in the green, starting to come up, right? So the fact that we're getting crossovers back into the green on the lower time frames, and then even your higher time frames, such as the 8 hour, although we never came into the red, we are getting money flow to come back up. So on the higher time frames, sometimes you will see that in a strong uptrend. Let me go ahead and come back in time a little bit here, back to kind of when we were coming up in this bull market. You could see here, right? You come down, and then you never really come into the red, and you actually come back into the green. Same thing here. Came up into a big green wave. Money flow's coming out. This looks super bearish, and then boom, you come back up into a bigger wave. So these are just some things we need to be ready for, right? Because if this is really going to go full bull mode, that is something that could play out. And again, the lower time frames often leak into the higher time frames. So if that 1 hour is crossing over, that 90 minutes crossing over, that 3 hours crossing over, that 4 hours crossing over, that is likely going to leak into those higher time frames. But because they never went into the green, we may see something like we just looked at, where you come down and then you just come back up into a bigger green wave. So that, again, is the reason why I am starting to think, hey, we've been very bearish short term, but now I'm starting to approach those shorts with caution. I was much more bearish yesterday than I was today. Still not full bullish short term, but I was much more bearish short term yesterday because we had the money flow crossing over into the red, and now it's back in the green. So we have to take that into consideration, right? So back to our levels here. Again, remain very much, basically remain the same as long as we remain in this value area, guys, between the value area high and that value area low. This value area high and this value area low. As long as we stay within this range, guys, I will treat this as a sideways range, looking for those shorts at the top, looking for those longs at the bottom. And again, if we deviate, that next level of major resistance is going to come up here between about 23,640 and about that 786 at about 24K. We have a local golden pocket here. We have a spider line that runs through here. Let me turn on logarithmic. Okay, so we have a linear spider line. And then again, coming up into that 25K level, this is an even stronger level of resistance. Not only is it our highs that we made, not only is it those highs that we made all the way back here in, I believe, August. The highs we made back here in August, but it's also a golden pocket. And we also have that spider line pocket running right through this level as well. So going to be some pretty strong resistance up there. But again, guys, levels remain essentially the same. Now, what happens if we do? What if this is just a little fake out to the upside? Even if we break through here, what if we fake out and come to a bigger move to the downside? This is where, again, key levels remain the same. The major level to the downside I'm watching is about 22,319. If we break that, I think it's likely that we come lower. Right underneath that, you do have this spider line coming in at about 22,000 even. Obviously, this spider line will trend up over time, but $22,000 even is going to be a big level to watch. It's a psychological level, and on top of that, you do have this golden pocket and perfect confluence with that spider line. Your 786 from that fib pull does come in at about 21.5, another key level I'm looking at for a strong bounce. Now, that 786 is an important level. Not only is it a 786 fib level, but it will also be coming back to retest these highs that we made in the previous range that we were in back here. So that would be a very, very key level that I'd watch for a bounce to come back and test those structural support levels that we have created here back in January, right? So kind of what I would like to see, and we're going to take a look at the golden cross in just a second here, guys. Oh, we got 1,000 people in the stream, guys. We got 1K people watching live right now, guys. If you are watching this right now and you're hearing me loud and clear and I'm looking dead into your eyes, go ahead and smash that like button, guys. Don't forget, every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on that Wheel of Pain and Pleasure where you will have the chance to win some free crypto or a signed copy of Ben's new book, Catching Up to Crypto. But let's talk about some bigger downside that we can see, guys. If things actually go very, very bearish, I want to pull up our VPVR so we can see where the volume is being traded at. And I want to come up to the 4-hour time frame just to zoom out a little bit, right? So if we actually look here and zoom out, basically just to look at our entire, looking at this giant area as a big range, essentially, with your highs up here around 25K, and then you got lows down here, in the $17,000 to $16,000 level. Again, you want to realize that not only does that 786 come in right here at about 21.5, but also you have a macro value area high right here, which would be the value area high of your massive range of candles here, coming in at about 21.2. So very, very important level to watch. You can see, obviously, we have a massive high volume node down here, and we are sitting right on top of that value area high of, when you zoom out just a little bit to get some more candles in here. This is also a macro value area high right here that we're holding support on, which is also very, very important to realize. Because if we continue to hold support here, we may go hunt out our highest volume node, right? So, again, just looking at the volume profile here, right? When you come out of the value area, above this value area high, the value area is between these two blue lines, right? I would draw a box, but all our TA will come back on, right? Between this blue line and this blue line is considered the fair price for Bitcoin, right? So, when you come out of your value area, if you hold support on this level and you actually close candles like we are here, where we're just kind of ranging up here, this would be potentially bullish in my opinion, right? Because there's two things that can happen here. Either it is more likely that you get sucked back into your range and you get sucked in closer to your next high volume node, which in this case would be close to about $19,000. And then the POC is all the way down here at 17K. But the fact that we have been sitting above here and holding this level as support is somewhat of a bullish sign, because if we don't get sucked back into that value area, price is naturally going to hunt out the next area of balance, right? Or the next highest volume node. So if we wind up breaking out to the upside from this high volume node that we're ranging at right now in the $23,000 level, we will crack into this low volume gap, as you can see, and price will go hunt the next high volume node. And where is that next highest volume node, guys? It's at 30K. It's at between about 28 and 30K. If you kind of look here, it's about between about 28 and 30K is going to be that next high volume node, and price is not only going to be hunting that last area of balance that we had, but it's also going to shoot through this low volume gap. As you guys know, really fast move down through that low volume gap. When we break back into it, it is likely going to be a big move back up. So just keep that in mind. Just like we fell right through here, and then when we came back and broke out of this level, we shot right back up. You see it, quick move down, quick move up, right? You could see it all over the place. Quick move up right here. Even right here. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Even right here, right? You had a fast move up, and now you get a fast move down right through that same gap that you could see right here. If I zoom in, you'll see it a little bit better. You could see that gap right here. And you can see that, if you look at my crosshairs here, when you go from the high volume node to the next high volume node, you can see that covers that entire pump and that entire dump. So we could be potentially expecting something similar, right? Same thing here. You fall through the gap, you rip up through the gap, right? We were looking at this one at the breakout saying, hey, if we break this level, we're going to rip, and we ripped, right? Same thing here. Boom, you shot through this low volume gap, so you may get a quick shot back down through the low volume gap. So very, very similar, in a very, very similar fashion, if we are able to crack, come on, volume. There you go. If we are able to crack above this, 25K high that we made over here in August, we will crack into that low volume gap and likely fill this very, very violently, just like we did on the way down up until that next highest volume node. So, let's see. So that is definitely a possibility. And again, longer term, I am feeling more bullish. But again, in the short term, I am I'll be honest, guys, a little undecided. I would really like to see that green dot print on the daily time frame. But I'll be honest, guys, I want it to go down. I say this all the time. I want price to go down. So emotionally, if I'm not thinking with my trader brain and I just want something, I want price to come down. I wish that it would come down, but we can't do that, right? We can't just come on here and be like, guys, it's going down because that's how I feel and that's what I want, right? We go based off the technicals. So just if we do see more upside, that is kind of what I would be expecting. And then if things go mega bearish, guys, kind of what I would like to see here would be, let's turn on our levels here. So kind of what I would like to see here if things go super bearish. We kind of talk about this every day as there isn't much to talk about when we're in these crazy ranges, right? So again, looking to come revisit these highs at about 21.5. And then if we break those levels, if things really start to get nasty, I don't know if you guys watch the news at all. I don't really watch the news, but I get updates on my phone. There's some crazy things happening, right, in the world. So all it takes is something like that to, I'm not going to talk about it. I want to get kicked off YouTube or banned or shadow banned or whatever. But if we see something crazy go down in the next few months, guys, it's called a black swan, right? We can get a black swan that can absolutely dump us down to lower lows. But again, in the longer term, with the market structure changing on the weekly, I am leaning more bullish, but we have to be prepared. So if we do wind up getting a big move to the downside, again, that major first level I'm looking at is between about 22 and about 21.5. If we come below that, I would look to come retest this macro. Let me go ahead and change this. Boom. I would look to come down and test this macro value area high, which does come in at about 20,900. And then you don't want to forget, guys, we would have to get a pretty big nuke to the downside to really come fill this CME gap at about $19,500. I'll go ahead and pull up that CME gap for you. There you go, right down here at about 19.5. You do have that CME gap, right? So, and we would be coming down to test that golden pocket / spider line right here. So that is, that is likely going to be a strong level. So would be a very, very strong, would be a very, very big move down. But it would be nice if we could get down there to go close that CME gap and then look for some more long positions. We would be maintaining bullish market structure with a higher low here to potentially continue to much higher prices. So these are kind of the two scenarios that I see, and some of the key levels I'm looking at to the downside. Again, guys, I don't like coming on here without a decisive way that I'm leaning. But when things are unclear, I don't just want to come on here and say something that I can't be confident in, right? I'm not just going to tell you I definitely think it's going up or I definitely think it's going down if I can't make an educated guess on that, right? And right now, in the medium term, things are choppy, so please be careful. There's bull traps, there's bear traps. The one thing that kind of has me sketched out, as always, is that when you have the herd screaming for lower prices, we're ranging up here, and I would say it's, let's see. Yeah, so most people think we're bullish here. At least 68% of people think we're bullish in the CandleMafia. I like it. But I will say that, yes. Fazian, just read Fazian's chat. That's what I'm talking about, guys. This stuff is getting crazy. And again, I'm not really someone who really watches or even listens to the news. I think it's a lot of distraction. But I don't really take much weight unless it directly affects my life. But there is some crazy stuff going on here, guys. So we have to be ready for that, or at least prepared if that happens. Yeah, 2 CME gaps above. Also, there is a CME gap very close to about, between about 28 and 30K. So there's no saying that we can't go fill that gap first and then get an absolute dump. So just understand, guys, it is very, very tricky trading out there. Not even just trading. It's just tricky to try to guess the longer term move here. So, Again, I'm not just going to come on here and be like, pick a direction to pick a direction. When it's clear, I let you guys know, hey, I'm definitely leaning bearish in the short term. And more often than not, guys, it's really, more often than not, we kind of come on the stream. We look at what we looked at the day before, why we thought it would dump, and then we look at the dump, right? But right now, in the short, medium term, it is a little unclear. I would like to see some more decisive things on the medium time frames. But again, now you have the bullish case, you have that bearish case, and those key levels to the upside and the downside, right? Also have a CME gap down here at our key level of about 22,319, almost perfectly down there, right? So if we did get back down to that $22,319 level, and if things start looking decent here for a scalp, I may actually lean a little heavy on that scalp long, assuming that we may actually get that launch out of this range. So tricky trading out there, guys. Be careful. But again, the reason it doesn't have to be tricky is because, listen, if we come up to our value area high, let me get rid of this CME gap indicator. It's messing up my chart here. If we go ahead and just look at the volume profile ranges, right, we're approaching our value area high. So if we start getting bearish signals up here, we're just trading the range, right? And you can see here on these lower time frames earlier today, this is kind of what we were looking at in the premium Discord. You could see that we had massively higher highs during that volatility while Jerome Powell was speaking, massively higher highs with our little bit of lower highs here on the momentum waves. And I was letting the CandleMafia know, like, hey, guys, if we get these specific bearish confirmations, take a look here because we may actually reject from that value area high. Even though we were getting that volatility, oh my God, Jerome Powell speaking, he must be saying something good. We're ripping, guys. We're ripping. We're going to pump. And, all I was doing was looking at this as a range. I'm not thinking about the news. I'm not thinking about this. I'm not thinking about that. I just saw the opportunity of price approaching resistance, and I saw that we were printing some bearish divergence with money flow coming out amongst other confirmations, and boom, we absolutely dumped. You can see it even better here. Absolutely came up, got a perfect rejection, almost perfectly from that value area high, almost to the dollar, gave you a massive dump. Our price target on that trade in the premium Discord was going to be, or was actually this point of control, just meant to be a little scalp, a little 1% scalp, guys, but it actually wound up dumping down a little bit more, turned into about a 2% move. So, So we go based off of technicals around here. So, that is basically kind of what we're looking at here, right? We're pumping. But if we get bearish signals up here, still going to be looking for shorts. And again, not just if we come to the level, but we have to get those confirmations, right? So there you go, guys. That is basically how I'm feeling about Bitcoin, treating it as a range until we break it, right? And as you guys know, we look at the talking about the value area or the volume profile ranges that we make or that we talk about a lot on this channel. Between the value area high and the value area low, I'll highlight it with this blue box. These are the ranges that we've been trading. However, you want to realize here that we do have obviously somewhat of a bigger range as well. You could actually kind of extend this range all the way up to these highs, and you can even bring it down to these lows, right? So again, in a similar fashion, if we come past this value area high and we come back up to this range high, I would also be looking for shorts up. That's why I'm looking for shorts up here, right? And then until we decisively break out of this giant range, I am basically going to continue to treat price like that. And the reason being is that setup right here. If you look for shorts at the highs with your confirmations, more often than not, it will play out. And again, if this thing wound up absolutely dumping, breaking our range to the downside, you're in at the top of the range and you get a beautiful entry, and that little scalp trade that you were looking to do, that little scalp short, winds up dumping down and turning into an absolute home run trade. Also, shout out, kind of a similar situation. You guys will know, we talked about this yesterday, is if you grab your fib retracement here and we go ahead and pull our golden pocket all the way from the lows to the highs, you guys will know yesterday we kind of brought this trade up. Another trade we were looking at in the premium Discord was looking for price to come down either to the value area low or this 786 fib level with bullish confirmations for a scalp long entry to the top of the range or up to that value area high. I'll just go ahead and put this on the chart. So the entry, I believe, this may be a little bit off, but this was the original trade trade setup, right? And then yesterday it actually was hitting, but we only came up to the POC. We got a little bit of a dump down, but it didn't stop us out. And then finally today, we did wind up getting to that target of that value area high. So shout out to the premium Discord and anybody that were able to take advantage of that information in the Discord. Now, and by take advantage of it, I don't mean see the setup and just take the setup blindly, right? That's not what you should be doing. You should be taking a look at the spoon-fed setups and then going and confirming yourself. Okay, he said there's going to be bearish confirmations here, here, and here. He said to look for this. Let me see if I see that. And the whole point of our premium Discord, guys, is to teach you, right? We're essentially spoon-feeding you trades, but we are, instead of just giving you the buy here, sell here, we're giving you that, instead of giving you just fish, we're giving you the fishing pole and then pointing you towards where the giant school of fish is flipping and flopping out of the water. So if you do decide to throw your line in, which is always going to be your decision, at least you're throwing it in into an ice hole where there's a ton of fish. Does it guarantee you that fish is going to bite your hook? Maybe not. But at least you have a higher probability of going into a highly populated area to catch those fish, right? Instead of just not learning anything and just trying to buy and sell at the same exact time as somebody else, and it just doesn't wind up working out. And the reason I brought that trade up, guys, is because of this, right? We finally made it up to that value area high, right? So let's say you want to move your stop loss to your entry point. Now you've taken profit at your point of control, and you are at your next profit target, which is your next take profit at your value area high. You could take maybe another 20%, another 30% off of your trade here, and then see if this thing is going to break out to higher prices. You could potentially ride it back up to our next resistance level up here at about that 24K level. And who knows, if this thing absolutely moons and winds up coming back up to the 25K level, you are now in a position all the way from the bottom of that range, right? So, and if you're still holding the trade from all the way down at the bottom of this range, this right here was where we were looking to get into shorts, into a scalp long that was supposed to just be, not supposed to be, but, just looking at the, oh, I have it extended. Give me 1 second here. Turn that off. Boom, right? So we were looking for longs at this level, saying, hey guys, if we lose this POC, we're likely to come down to that value area low. If we get our bullish confirmations, that's a scalp long, taking profit at the POC, then again at the value area high, and then if you want to hold on to it, you can. And if you were still in that position, guys, look at the gains you could make, right? And again, it's a pretty safe way to trade, or at least as safe as it gets, right? Because if it got rejected, right, you take profit here, and if it stopped you out, whatever, you took some profit off the table. But then best case scenario is you hit an absolute home run. So you're either getting this little scalp, which would have been, from value area low to value area high. Nice 5% move, still a decent bag to grab, right? But then if you wanted to hold it, you would have gotten a much, much, much bigger move. I actually held that trade all the way up until this consolidation, and I moved my stop loss up, and I believe it was either this dump or this dump that stopped me out in profit. I wish I didn't do that. I would still be holding that trade all the way from down there, but unfortunately I got stopped out. But hey, I got stopped out in profit. It was still a winning trade. So just wanted to bring that up to show you guys that is why we trade the way we trade, because we're just going, when price gets a big move and starts ranging, you could still make money in that range. And then if you're looking for those shorts from the highs and the longs from the lows, when price either takes off to the upside or takes off to the downside, you're likely to already be holding on to that candle as it's absolutely free falling or as it's like ripping upwards, right? So there you go. Just spitting a little bit of that sauce for you guys to kind of give you guys a little bit of crabby shout out to Jiren. But yeah, just to give you guys a little bit of insight into how I think about this stuff, right? And why I trade these ranges the way I do, and why I am so passionate about the volume profile. I'm about to get a volume profile with a value area high, value area low, and a POC on my forehead, guys. I'm about to get that tatted. All right, let's go ahead and say what's up to chat as we go ahead and move on into the altcoins, guys. If you want to see your altcoin, go ahead and throw them in chat, and we will start to take a look at them. But first, we're going to take a look at the SPY. We'll take a look at the DXY and Ethereum, and then we will move into those alts. Let's see. Tyler Rayburn says, hey, brother, any chance we can see Adam? I'm thinking we head back to 1350 for a nice pump. Let's go. Shout out to Tyler Rayburn. Hopefully Rob puts that on the list, or I don't really know how Rob does it. He collects the votes, and then he counts the votes. But I wonder if there is a secret to the way Rob does that. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we can get Adam on there. But yeah, let's see. Bada boom, bada boom. Let's see. OP, Hex, Near, AVAX, Soul, Adam, let's go. Adam for the win from 1350, let's go. Veracity, H-Bar, Baby Doge, let's go, Gary. Let's see. Loving the energy, Frankie. Shout out to Blue. Blue, what's up, Blue? Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you. I like your energy as well, man. I like your energy as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the SPY, guys, and see if we can kind of bring anything off of this. So, yeah, so kind of, you guys will know we were looking at the SPY yesterday, looking at this little move to the downside, wondering, we came up, we started to reject this golden pocket, which was making us feel a little bit sketched out on Bitcoin, thinking if this continues down, Bitcoin will likely follow. But here's the thing, right? If you zoom out a little bit on the SPY here, you can see that we actually have broken the longer-term trend all the way from back here in December of 2021. We've essentially just been making low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, or I'm sorry, higher low, and now we're making a higher high. And so we are breaking out of this downtrend, and if we actually go ahead and reject from this golden pocket, you guys will know yesterday we were looking at some levels here. I'm going to go ahead and make this a line. This is the value area high of this entire range here, or somewhat of a range. So it is bullish that we're breaking this trend, bearish that we're rejecting the golden pocket. But if we continue to reject here, and we can come down to this trend line and bullishly backtest it, this might be a very bullish signal if we can hold on this level. And the reason why I would have high hopes of a bounce, if we even make it all the way down here, if we're able to make it all the way down here, the reason I'd feel good about a bounce from here is not only is it would it be bullishly retesting that trend line that we broke out of, but we would also be coming down very, very close to the point of control of this entire range. So you have a lot of backup with really, really strong support here, right? So you kind of have the trend line intersecting with the POC. And then I don't know exactly what this level is here. I wish I did, but we do have a lot of confluence here, so if we can come down and bullishly test this, that might be a good time to get another move to the upside, but keeping a close eye on this. Also, 4 hour looking to print a green dot here soon, so we'll have to see what happens tomorrow, but taking a look at that DXY, guys. Also, hang on, let me just cover these super chats real quick. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Thank you for that super chat, bro. He says, Frank, I'm blowing Rob up here, AGIX. Let's do it before Rob's tally. Oh, hey, shout out to Crypto Billy. Okay, Billy, say less. Say less. Shout out to A2. Thank you for that super chat. Say, could you check DMTR, please? Big AI play with a low cap launched before the run. So with that, shout out to A2. Thank you so much for that super chat. I do appreciate you. I can almost guarantee you there's probably not going to be, maybe there will be. There's a KuCoin chart. Okay, nice. We could take a look at this if I'm looking at the right thing. Dimitra. Yeah, we could take a look at this, but I'm going to look at AGIX first. I know AGIX is on an absolute ripper. Let's see. Let's look at the Binance USD, and then let me just check something real quick here, guys. Did we, AGIX, let me see something real quick. Nope. Okay, nope. Okay, give me 1 second. Bear with me. Nope. Okay. I thought we may have called AGIX in our premium Discord, but we did not. We called a lot. We were looking at a lot of AI coins in one of the channels in the premium, and I thought AGX might have not been on there. Fetch.ai was definitely on there. We were looking at Fetch.ai when it was sitting at about 14 cents. I believe it is up about 300 and something % since then. We called it on the 8th, I think it was, right? Yeah, 8th of January, we were looking at this saying, hey, this thing looks like it might pop. And then it just popped up, found support. It's like, hey, boom, absolute 326% up since we called it. Some of those AI coins really wound up hitting hard, but I thought AGIX was on that list, but it was not. But let's go ahead and continue on here. We will take a look at DMTR, no problem. 4 hour other time the hidden bull divs on market cipher and our regular RSI looks pretty good for the possible continuation to the higher CME gaps. Let's go. Shout out to chemistry, bro. Let's get it. Yeah, those CME gaps above us, there is nothing saying that we can't go grab those before going down to grab the ones below, right? So just remember, the market maker is in the business of wrecking both sides, right? They want to wreck the bears, they want to wreck the bulls, right? So just be ready for that. That's why you don't want to trade with the actual herd. You kind of want to counter trade the herd. And right now, the herd is saying lower. Now, I don't blame the herd for thinking lower, right? Because there is some bearish things popping up. There are some bearish things in the news, right? But again, the herd is usually wrong. So remember, everybody wanted 100K for Bitcoin. We never got it, right? All right, let's go ahead and see what we got going on here for AGIX. Okay. Yeah, absolutely going nuts here. And I mean, it's just rip, bullish consolidation, rip, bullish consolidation, rip, bullish consolidation, rip, bullish consolidation. Already about to rip again for AGIX. I would say it is looking pretty crazy, right? That money flow on that 2 hour is thick in the green. Bearish divergence on the 4 hour, but again, I'd be very careful with that because this thing is on an absolute tear. Looking at the daily, this thing almost ripped up to its all-time high, or at least the high that it has on this chart. Yeah, this thing's going ballistic. I would look for this daily bearish divergence. Let me go ahead and see if we can get some resistance here. Let's see. Go all the way to those lows. Let's see. Boom. Try to get as close to those lows as I can. Yeah, God. All right, let me see. Let me pull up the classic fib. Yeah, this thing is, okay. Yeah, it's going to be hard to get levels on this. Let me see something. Let's look at our good old, let's see. Boom, support and resistance levels with breaks from Lux Algo. Yeah, there's not much above us, guys. There's not much above us. Kind of hard to give you levels to the upside, but you do, obviously. I would go ahead and, I'll put some levels here. We'll mark out this wick. We'll mark out this body, which is essentially where we're fighting up against right now. I'll mark this body as well. Let me just go ahead and do this, and then we'll mark these wicks up here as well, right? So these are some levels to the upside you could take a look, keep an eye on here as we are holding this level as support very, very well. Looking at that 4 hour time frame. Yeah, bearish divergence on your 4 hour is confirmed, but again, be very careful. What I would rather wait for here is you are up against strong resistance. If you print this red dot on the daily, this thing is likely going to cool off. So yeah, this is kind of what I would look for if I were looking to either short this thing or maybe take some profits. First of all, if you're holding AGIX, congratulations on your gains. Take profit, right? This thing has run in the past. Let's see. Let's just go from the bottom here. In the past month, this thing is up 1,200%. You have to pay yourself. If you are holding this, don't hold on for 1,000x, right? You have to pay yourself because nothing goes up forever, even though it seems like it sometimes, right? So what I would look for if I were looking to take profits or potentially short this thing, I'd look for that red dot on the daily. VWAP is coming down. Money flow starting to roll back over. Taking a look at your lower time frames. Red dot printing on your 10 hour. Let's see. Red dot confirmed on your 8 hour. Yeah, 10 hour red dot is printing. This may cool you off as well. Also, bearish divergence here is printing on the 10 hour as well. But money flow is coming up, right? So you have that little bit of a caveat. Yeah, money flow really not coming out on any time frames here other than I guess you are kind of coming out on your 1 hour. And then, yeah, 45 minutes starting to cool off. And then let's see. Your 15-minute money flow is now coming back up. Yeah, so that I really would just wait for that red dot on the daily for a real pullback or for some kind of tangible pullback on AGIX. All right, and then actually let me just go ahead and find you guys a little bit of let's go ahead and find some levels to the downside. I'm gonna go ahead. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. I'm gonna pull some volume there. I'm gonna go ahead and pull a fib to there. Yeah, I would watch this golden pocket. If we do come down and break all these levels, I'd look at this golden pocket coming in at about 48 cents. If that does not hold, I would look for that 786 down at about 45 cents. You would also be getting very close to retesting the value area high of that little range that you were trading in here for a little bit and that POC. So really, I'm going to go ahead and mark this off with a box. I'm going to go ahead and say this is probably going to be a good level to watch for some support. Also, that local golden pocket as well. And then I will leave this here for just a second so you guys can go ahead and get those levels. There you go. All right, let's see what we got going on, chat. Let's see. You guys are funny. Shout out to Billy. That was for Billy. Rob the Crypto Snob said, yeah, oh, great. Rob says, show ETH. Show ETH, baby. Show ETH. I'm kidding. I don't have the show ETH shirt on, guys. Not today. Not today. But, yeah, let's go ahead and, yeah, DMTR. Let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick, and then we'll take a look at Ethereum. Let's go ahead and jump in. KuCoin, obviously this thing as well has been going on an absolute rip. Let's go up to the daily time frame, see if we can get a pulse on this thing. Let's see, from this giant breakout candle all the way to the wick, up 1,300%. Congratulations to anybody holding this thing. Absolutely ripped. But money flow coming up nicely on the daily. Your 16-hour also coming up nicely. Nice curved money flow there. Your 10-hour, 12-hour is deep in the green. VWAP looking to cool off. So your VWAP, a lot of these VWAPs are looking to cool off. Daily looks good. 10-hour looking to cool off. Your 8-hour looking to cool off. 6-hour red dot. Oh, baby, she's so close to printing that red dot. Looking at your 5-hour red dot printing, your 4-hour red dot confirmed. This looks like it could be bullish consolidation. Come down to a lower time frame. Yeah, you may range around a little bit here. Taking a look at the BitLab indicators. Yeah, you had a top signal here, but now it's unshaded. Ooh, baby. Interesting. Yeah. This could be, just kind of ranging around here. Let's come down to the 15-minute. Let's go ahead and pull some volume on this. Boom. Yeah, let's see if you could hold that POC. If you could hold this POC as support, you might break out of that value area high. But again, just be aware, 4-hour red dot is confirmed. 5-hour red dot's printing. So you may cool off or just kind of consolidate right here. This thing has gone on a massive run. So I would say probably sideways bullish. I would say sideways bullish on DMTR. But yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can get... Yeah, okay, wow, interesting. This thing has just been getting wrecked since it launched. When was this thing? I might have been looking at the September 2021. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, this chart does not look healthy, I'll be honest with you. Understand this as well, guys. A lot of these AI coins, I think Ben was talking about this on the morning show. A lot of these AI coins, understand, is... These might run, but, you know, they may not all be the best projects. I don't know anything about DMTR, so it may actually be a really, really, really good project. I have no idea. But just understand that, these AI coins are basically ripping off artificial intelligent hype, right? It's the new hype, right? It's like the new hype train. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to the 985 people still in here, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. We're going for 800 likes on tonight's stream. If we hit 800 likes, guys, I'll go ahead and spin that wheel 12 times, specifically 12 times. So smash that like button if you have not already. Let's see. Why am I getting hair plug ads, Frankie? Shout out to Gary Rogers. Oh boy. Let's see. Under contract in 60 countries with 120 workers. Okay, interesting. Yeah, like I said, I don't really know much about the project. This doesn't really look very healthy to me. It's just basically been dumping, but, you know, sometimes that happens. But yeah, very, 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 I mean, obviously it's been performing well lately. But just be careful with the hype coins. You know, anytime that there's any kind of space or sector that gets a lot of hype behind it, it tends to be a scam trap, it becomes a place where scammers like to go, right? They're like, oh, hey, all the AI coins are looking good. Let's make a scam AI coin and rip everybody off. So just be careful. I don't know. Again, I don't know anything about this project. This could be a legitimate project. Money flow on the daily has never been in the green. It just crossed over into the green for the first time ever. So that is definitely a very, very good sign. Let's see. Yes, exactly. It's Autopilot says AI is the new metaverse hype. Absolutely 100%. I would totally agree with you. It is 100% the metaverse of the bull market, right? Metaverse of the previous bull market. All right, let's see. Look at the 1 minute. Cryptoholic wants to see the 1 minute. There you go. Here's 1 minute. Red dot on that 1 minute time frame. All right, let's see. Okay. All right, let's continue on here. Let's go ahead and show ETH. All right, bada boom, bada bing. Here we go. 4 hour. Looking to hold on top of this local golden pocket. Or I don't know if this is local. This might be macro. Oh, no. Yeah. Looking to hold above this golden pocket as of right now. Money flow coming back up on the 4 hour. Another thing that kind of makes me wonder if we're going to get this move to the upside is the fact that a lot of these altcoins ripped, right? Woke up this morning, checked the markets, and all these altcoins are ripping, right? Is Bitcoin going to follow? Also, one thing you want to realize, guys, we were kind of talking about this recently, is when you have Bitcoin just wiggling sideways, that gives the alts room to moon, right? Bitcoin goes sideways, alts moon. Right? A lot of the time, that's what we see happen, right? And that is basically what we've been seeing is Bitcoin has just been ranging sideways, and a lot of these alts are just starting to fly. So, yeah. Okay, continuing on here, taking a look at Ethereum. Let's take a look at the daily. Bada boom, bada bing. Here we go. Obviously, we did have that daily bearish divergence. Again, didn't get much juice out of it. We held above this golden pocket. Let me just get rid of some of these drawings here. Whoops. Go ahead and get rid of some of these drawings. Let me get a sip of the Aztecian. Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. Money flow rolling over, but VWAP coming back up. This looks very similar to Bitcoin. Green dot on the 16-hour is printing. Your 1 hour money flow is in the green. Your 90-minute is now in the green. Your 45-minute is on the green and on the way up. But yeah, your 12-hour is printing a green dot as well, and your 10-hour has a green dot confirmed. Again, you know, this money flow on the 10-hour looks super bearish, but again, are we going to see that whole thing where, you know, we just kind of dip into the red for a short period of time and then come back up into a bigger green wave? That is definitely possible. One thing I would keep an eye on or watch out for is you understand, right? We have a high, a lower high, a lower high, right? And now this is kind of like an equal high, but you just want to make sure that you're not just coming up to make another lower high here with your money flow, making it just consistently coming out. So you would want to see this money flow come up and start to make some higher highs. That would be a very, very good indication of a bullish continuation. So, all right, there we go. Let's go ahead and get back to the chart here. Yeah, so 8-hour green dot also printing. What's that 24 and 30-minute money flow? Hey, that 30-minute money flow crossover into the green could give us a move up for Ethereum, right, with that 8-hour green dot. Also looking at that 24-minute money flow way in the green here. That could also potentially give us a move up. So just something that I'm looking at. 1 hour looking to cool off, kind of overbought on that 1 hour time frame. Looking at the 15-minute. Oop. Oh, let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. All right, hang on. Let's go ahead and pull some volume here. Not going to cut it. Let's go ahead and pull a golden pocket from this high. Maybe I'll switch that wick. But there you go. We are coming up to this golden pocket here. And we are now printing a bearish divergence on that 15-minute time frame. 4 hour. Again, kind of what I'm doing here, guys, is if you could get a bearish signal on a lower time frame for a little scalp entry, and then that 1 hour. Oh, that 1 hour VWAP, that 1 hour is about to print a red dot too. We may come down a little bit here. Looking at that 2 hour VWAP coming down, the 3 hour VWAP coming down, and that 4 hour also curving off. Maybe, somewhat of a scalp that we could get. We may be able to entertain a little bit of a scalp setup there. But yeah. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. So I would keep an eye on that. Slight, nothing too crazy. Money flow also coming to the downside. But yeah, you are starting to get some bearish signals up here into that key level of resistance. So look for a potential pullback on Ethereum. Now, if this pullback does turn a little bit bigger, let me just check the bat phone real quick here, guys. Okay. Thought I saw Ben's name pop up. Definitely like to answer him when he calls. But anyway, yeah, look at that. I would watch that for a potential short-term move to the downside. Again, if we do get a bigger move down, if we do get a bigger move down here, kind of what I would be looking at is to potentially come retest this value area high at about $1,640. I'll go ahead and put a line there. Yeah, so I would look for a potential revisit of that value area high if we do get a pullback, right? And then if we go ahead and pull our fib all the way to this high that we just made, once we break below that value area high, I would just look to continue ranging around within that volume profile. But this local golden pocket at about 1630 may be another decent place to look for some support. But again, mainly that level being 1640 being the next level to the downside that I would be watching. Now, zooming out, looking at more of a macro outlook, we've seen these levels before. We looked at them yesterday for ETH. If we wind up getting a bigger breakdown here, the key level that I'm really watching is going to be this red line coming in at about $1,500, turning on our VPVR. The reason this is such a key level, guys, is because if you look right under it, we have this big gap in volume right here, which will likely equate to a big move or a fast move down, just like we got this fast move up right here. Quick move up. If we crack this level again, we might get that same quick move down to test that $1,436 level. So lose $1,500, probably coming down to $1,436. If you lose $1,436, it would be somewhat likely to come down and revisit that $1,330 level, which would be essentially coming back down to retest the scene of the crime. We've said this before. You might hear people like, oh, you got to go revisit the scene of the crime before continuing higher, and that would be revisiting this area, this level, which was basically where we broke out of right here. So that would be a nice retest of the breakout level and then a continuation to the upside. But that is if we get a big move down. But right now, nothing super, super bearish popping up indicating that giant move is coming. So, and then to the upside, next immediate level I would be watching, or next, I would say immediate big level I would be watching, is if we zoom out a little bit, let the volume spawn here. If we continue up 1714, where we made this high right here in the past, that would be a level that we may reject. But if you push a little bit higher, you do have this little bit of a gap up into the $1,900 level, right? Have your 786 also here. $1,800 and $1,900 will be the next major levels to the upside for Ethereum. So there you go. All right, let's go ahead and move on here. Let's go ahead and see. I hit it with my honker. Shout out to Nomad Dad hitting that like button with his honker. 600 likes, 940 people in the stream right now, guys. If you have not already, hit that like button. Captain Kirk is in the chat. Smash the like button for her. Rob the Crypto Snob saying, what's up, Cap? Shout out to you, Captain Kirk. Thank you for being here. Frankie, can you give a look at Chainlink for your boy, please? Shout out to Mohammed. Shout out to you, man. Yes, we will try to do that. Frankie, just for fun, take a look at the Bed Bath & Beyond stock chart. Had an insane day yesterday. Really. What is it? BBBY? Is it B? Oh, that's why. It's not crypto. That's why. There's no crypto. There's no Bed Bath & Beyond stock pegged crypto. What a ripoff. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Could you imagine this? Wow. What is Bed Bath & Beyond is the new meme coin, guys. Oh, my God, for a stock. That's insane. What is this thing getting, like, GameStopped? No way. Hang on. So this thing, Bed Bath & Beyond, went from up 135% in 2 days and then down more than 135% probably in another 2 days. That is insane. That is insane. I cannot believe that. For a stock, that is insane. Bed Bath & Beyond is the new crypto, guys. The new Bitcoin. Let's go take a look at GRT. Shout out to Chemistry, bro. That's crazy. I can't believe that, bro. All right. Yeah, it's a meme stock. I was going to say, yeah, I feel like that's basically what's happening. All right, let's see. Hey, Honda Man, what's going on? He wants to see XRP. Let's see. Oh, it's filing for bankruptcy, which makes it even funnier. Yeah, that's crazy. It's essentially getting game stopped. Too funny. Too funny. All right, let's see. I've been following amateurs too long, so okay. Shout out to Lionel, says I have a background in commodities trading, crypto for just over 1 year and love it. Have been following amateurs for too long. So happy that I found you. Looking forward. Shout out to Lionel. I appreciate that kind comment, bro. And we're happy that you found the CandleMafia, man. Thank you for being here. Yeah, it's pretty crazy on Bed Bath & Beyond. And now that's what I call market manipulation. Absolutely. All right, let's go. Shout out to Carrie Stressel. We see you tuning in. Let's get it. Taking a look at GRT. Tether US on the Binance exchange. Here we go. Absolutely mooning. Oh, my God. The altcoins are going crazy. Let's go. AMC is the same way. I've been in the play for 2 years just trying to get my bags back. Let's go. Shout out to Brett. Shout out to East Jordan. All right, let's go ahead. We'll take a look at XRP in a second, guys. But money flow thick in the green on the 2-hour. A lot of these altcoins look the same. 10-hour looking for the red dot, 12-hour looking for the red dot, 16-hour also looking for the red dot. Very, very oversold above your 100 line right here on Market Cipher B. So, yeah, looking for that red dot to print on your 16-hour. Your 10-hour also giving the red dot, looking for the red dot. 8-hour, yeah, a lot of these time frames are looking for the red dot. 5-hour printing, 4-hour also printing that red dot. 15-minute coming out with the money flow. If this 15-minute money flow and that 12-minute money flow start crossing over into the red, that might be where you get a big move down for GRT. Just something I'm keeping my eye on. But again, a lot of these time frames are very overheated and looking for red dots. Same thing with the daily. Absolutely overbought on the daily, looking for a red dot. One thing I want to tell you guys, or kind of just let you guys know, is I think a lot of people just look at the RSI and they might be like, oh my God, this is overbought. Time to short. Please understand that an asset can remain overbought for an extended period of time. Just because it's overbought does not mean it cannot hang out in the overbought region, right? When you get these massive, massive moves up, a lot of times you can remain overbought for some time here. So just be aware of that. But you can see here in the macro, we are flying through this low. Oh, God, man, this thing might rip. Okay. So taking a look here, looking at all this volume, guys, you could see that basically this is going to be a key level right here. Where we stopped off here. If you could crack this level, basically crack these highs that you made here. We came down, came up, created this level of resistance right here. If you could crack above this level, whoo, baby, this could get fun, guys. If you could come up, flip this to support, you may get an absolute rip up to that 42-cent level. Very, very little volume here, guys. So if you crack this level, you might, just like you got, once you cracked below the level, you got a quick move down. Cracked above the level, you may get that same quick move up, that quick and aggressive teleportation that we always talk about through these low volume gaps. So be aware, this is a key level. You have not broken or flipped this level just yet, but if you do, things could get very exciting to the upside very, very quickly, teleporting through that low volume gap up to that 42-cent level. So that's what I would be looking for on GRT. But again, short-term pullback may be in the cards here as a lot of these time frames are starting to cool off. And you can see right here, you are starting to close below this level that we just drew, rejecting it right here. So there you go. All right, let's see. Bada boom. All right, let's see. I heard they are voting on combining Ape and AMC stock into one. What is Ape? Not Ape Coin. I guess you're talking about an Ape stock. Interesting. I guess it's the company that makes monkeys. I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at XRP, and then we're going right back to... Oh, no, we'll look at ADA. Rob's got XRP on the list. Rob crushes it. Let's go. Shout out to Rob. Let's see. Here we go. All right, so taking a look at Cardano, guys. Let's take a look at that 16-hour. Obviously, we are getting... Shout out to Dave Digital. I didn't see you there, bro. Have you been in here this whole time? No way. I feel like I usually see you by now. No way. I'm back. I'm fact-checking this. Yeah, no way. He's not. He hasn't been here. Dave has not been here. Okay, I was going to say, there's no way that I didn't see Dave in the chat. Let's go. Shout out to Dave. Welcome in, bro. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. I love you, bro. All right, let's see. Okay, continuing on. Hey, Crypto Billy said smash that like button. 628 likes. Going to 800. Going for 800. We have almost 900 people in here. I think we could crush that 900 or 800 like goal. Let's get it. All right, so... we kind of had the same thing happen on ADA where we had the 16-hour bearish divergence. You can see it confirmed right here on this green candle. And we did actually wind up getting a decent move down here of about 6%. Nice little scalp there. Wick said, hey, so my wife, bless her heart, tries to keep from clogging our shower drain. She even does the Picasso wall of hair to help, but it's never 100%. So that's where I was. Shout out to Wick. Sometimes you got to fix the drain, bro. And hey, Mrs. Candles can be quite the Picasso on the wall, too. Trust me. I know exactly what you're talking about. Let's go. Shout out to Dave Digital. All right. Continuing on here. Let's go. Shout out to G-Man in the chat. Let's get it. But yeah, guys, we did have this bearish divergence on the 16-hour time frame with the money flow coming out, and we did get that nice 5-6% move down for a nice little scalp. But now we are printing a nice little green dot here. Very, very tight trigger wave here. This may be, this is typically bullish. When you print these green dots very close to the zero line, sometimes they do make a very, very big move to the upside. 16-hour green dot, taking a look at the 90-minute money flow crossing over into the green, 45-minute money flow just barely crossing into the green there, and then looking at your 1 hour also crossing over into the green. So with that being said, may be a little bit of a move up here for ADA, potentially. The one thing that's got me worried a little bit here is that VWAP. As long as that VWAP doesn't absolutely wreck us down and pull that money flow back into the red, we may be able to get a little VWAP flip here for a potential continuation. Now, looking at your 6 hour, green dot confirmed. Taking a look at your 4 hour, VWAP rolling back over to the downside, but your money flow is back in the green on the 4 hour. Not too convinced by that just yet. I'd like to see that money flow come up a little bit more. We'll see what this VWAP winds up doing as it crosses down below the zero line. We'll see where that next red dot takes us, but if you could keep that money flow in the red, I would feel pretty good. But yeah, again, shorter term, I would look for a potential cool off here on ADA. 30-minute looking for the red dot here very, very soon. But for the most part, that 16, your bullish case on a lot of this stuff, guys, lies on your 16-hour with the 1 hour, 90-minute, and 45-minute money flows crossing over into the green, right? That's your bullish case here. If you could, sometimes that gives us a big move up. That's your bullish case. So there is Cardano. Coming over to your daily time frame, you can see you actually also had a daily bearish divergence, which, again, gave you that 5-6% move down. But now your daily's actually looking for the green dot as well. So, again, guys, very, very hard to call this, right? It would make sense to get a move down before continuing up. But if the markets are truly, truly turning bullish here and the bulls are really showing their face, and this is not just a scam rally, these bearish divergences on the daily, the bearish divergences on the 16-hour, the 12-hour, the 4-hour, they're not really playing out. This shows me that the bulls are looking to stick around. So, but that doesn't mean I'm completely ignoring the bear signals, right? But I am, the fact that this daily bear div, multiple drives, right? Just consistent lower highs on your momentum waves, consistent higher highs on your price action. Typically, that warrants a massive move down. And, where was the last time I believe we had a somewhere somewhat recently, I think we had, was it on ADA? Maybe it wasn't on ADA, but here's something to kind of take a look at here, guys. Here's another kind of similar situation where you had higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high with a lower high, lower high. You have basically a daily bearish divergence here on ADA. But you see your money flow started to fly out, right? So that basically started the bear market for ADA. But I could have sworn we had a daily bearish divergence somewhere else recently. Maybe not. Maybe not. I guess not. But again, the fact that this daily bear div did not really play out too aggressively kind of has me feeling like, maybe the bulls want to push this thing up a little bit higher. So there you go. There is ADA. Again, major level of resistance to the upside if we do get another push up. For me, would be this blue box, which is a pretty big range, but the beginning of it does start at about 0.457 cents, about 45 cents. Going to be a massive high volume node in this area, golden pocket at this level. So that would be a big level of resistance if we do wind up breaking. And again, once you break these highs that we wicked out right here to of about 41 cents, not a massive gap, but you do have a fall off of volume up into that high volume node. So price will naturally, if we break out of this level or this high that we made with that wick, if we're able to break out of that, we might get that quick move up into that golden pocket. So just something to keep an eye on. All right, so let's move on. XRP and Sand is next on the list. Let's see, XRP, Binance Tether. And then real quick, guys, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to take a look at XRP. I'm going to take a look at Sand. And then maybe we'll touch on that gold. Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll touch on the Golden Cross tomorrow because that's when the pre-record comes out. And maybe by tomorrow we'll know if that Golden Cross is going to do something if we get a big pump overnight. So, yeah. Let's see. Bears getting squeezed out of their shorts. Yikes. Actually, guys, I will say this. I am actually still holding a short. And I actually didn't even realize this. So this is the danger of, and I want you guys to learn from this. And understand. You guys will know I always talk about if you want to trade. Everybody wants to know the best time frame to trade. Should I be a day trader? Should I be a scalp trader? Should I be a swing trader? Should I just invest? And I always say if you want to be a day trader or a scalper, one of the most important things you need to take a look at is your schedule, right? Or your life. Do you have a full-time job? Probably not going to be the best time. You're not going to have the best time scalping, right? Or even day trading if you have a full-time job, right? You'd be much better off swing trading or just position trading, meaning holding your positions for a longer period of time. Now, I am obviously a very, very busy person. I record a lot of videos. I do a lot of shows. I'm constantly doing something, and especially doing crypto full-time or crypto YouTube full-time. I'm always on and off multiple exchanges. I have a million things going on. And I act a lot of times, guys, I don't realize, because a lot of times we will, obviously we pull our trades up live on stream. And sometimes I'm in positions and I forget that they either don't get stopped out. And I'm like, oh, God, this never got stopped out. This position's still in. And then, just things get crazy, right? So sometimes it's hard to keep track of, which I want to say is very unhealthy for a trader. Now, obviously, I'm in a very specific situation because I do this for a living, right? And also YouTube as well. So, I'm always in these positions. We show them on the lives. So I'm always in multiple positions and stuff. But sometimes these go like under the radar. Thank God I have my stop losses set a lot of the time. But I didn't realize here. I'll just pull this up. It's a pretty small position. Let's see. It's only about like almost $700 in margin, right? 5x leverage. It's like barely moved. I'm on like basically sitting at the entry still here. It was a little bit in profit down here. So I am technically, because this morning on the morning show, I said I'm not in any positions. And then I just pulled up one of my BitGet accounts, and I was like, oh, God, I am still technically in a position. But luckily, obviously, I do have my stop loss set. So if it did go south, I would get my stop loss. My stop loss would get triggered, right? So I wouldn't get wrecked. But I just want to like show you guys that this is why it's important if you're looking to trade. If I was just like a normal person and I wasn't doing this for for a living, you don't want to be in this situation. I'm a little bit different. Just because, we have a certain amount of, it's just a different situation. But, if you find yourself being like, oh my God, I didn't realize I had this position open, that's not a good thing, right? That means you're probably getting into trades that you shouldn't be getting into. So for me, things just get really hectic really, really quickly because sometimes, I try to get into shorts. Sometimes we get into trades on stream just for fun. And I'm like, hey, should we just like degenerately short this? Don't do as I say, don't do as I do. And then we'll degenerately short something and it'll be a small position with a stop loss. And then it's really just for the content and, just for fun on the stream. And then I just forget it's open and sometimes they get wrecked. But it's all, part of the game, at least of being a content creator. So I just wanted to show this because I felt like I lied because this morning I was like, I'm not in a position, but I am still technically in a position. I just didn't know about it. So just be careful with that, guys, because you guys know I've told the story before. I've actually gotten wrecked before by having an order open that I didn't realize was open. So just make sure you got your ducks in a row and you guys are being organized. But there you go. Up a whopping $1.76 on this. Really nothing has happened, but I noticed literally 5 minutes before the stream that I was still in the position. So I figured I would just pull it up and show it. So we'll see. Maybe this will hit. I might just leave this. I'm just going to leave this stop loss set up here at about $24,381. I'm just going to let this sit and maybe it hits. But if it gets stopped out, whatever, it's a tiny loss. No big deal. But yeah, if you guys want to sign up, shout out to BitGet. You guys can use our link in the description down below if you want to sign up for BitGet. I think they have 0 spot trading fees. So that's awesome, and you will help support the channel. So if you guys want to trade, go check out BitGet. One of my favorite things about BitGet, guys, I will say, now, granted, I don't use this very often, but I think this is a really, really cool thing. I don't know, I think maybe Femex might have this, but it's this reversal button where if you wanted to go ahead and flip long, right, let's just say like, hey, I'm in profit in my short, but I think we're going to rip. I could just go ahead and click this reversal button, and I can actually go ahead and pick a percentage of my actual, I could pick a percentage of my actual position. Say I wanted to take half of this position, move this to 50%, and then I can confirm this, and it will actually hedge my bet. right? So I can click this, and it will actually put 50% of my trade into a long. Should I do it? Should I do it for fun? Yeah, do it for the content. Maybe we'll get wrecked. I don't know. But yeah, you could just move this slider. I can take 50% of this, hit confirm, and it will essentially just open up take 50% of my margin and put it into a long position so I can then hold the short and the long at the same time. And it's very, very easy with this little reversal button. So very, very quick. If you're just like, oh my God, it's short. I got to flip long. I'm short. I got to flip long. It's looking super bitchy. You go reversal, boom, 100%. And then you're flipped long immediately. It's a super quick way to do it. I don't know the exact number. I would assume that you probably pay a high fee for using this. Again, I don't use it too often, but it is useful, right? If you're looking to hedge your bet there, maybe I'll do a video going a little more in depth about these features. They have a lot of cool features on BitGet like that. But yeah, very, very interesting. I would assume there's probably a big fee with that, but it's very convenient, very cool. So yeah, I just want to bring that up. Shout out to BitGet. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Yeah. Shout out to Captain Kirk talking about the Golden Cross. I'll talk about that in just a second. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and do sand real quick. I'm gonna fly through these because I do want to touch on the Golden Cross really quickly. Okay, and guys, don't forget. Stick around, or not stick around, but watch out for the video that we're uploading tomorrow around 1 o'clock. It's going to be going into the actual Golden Cross. We backtest previous Golden Crosses. We look at like how they actually behave, and you'll be surprised. It doesn't just automatically, more often than not, it actually doesn't end up being an instant rip, right? It does more often than not end up being bullish in the long term, and it is a pretty good indicator of a longer term trend, but it very rarely, or more often than not, doesn't result in an immediate rip. Actually, a lot of times you'll see in the video, we actually go over it all. A lot of times it actually results in a bit of a dump before a move up. So, just keeping an eye on that. So check that out. We go way deeper into it in the actual video. But taking a look at sand here, daily green dot confirmed. Money flow back in the green on the daily. That is somewhat of a good sign. Did this, okay, yeah, so this thing, all right. Okay, so yeah, money flow back in the green on the daily. That is somewhat of a bullish sign here. Looking at your 16-hour green dot confirmed. Again, lower time frames looking very similar to a lot of other stuff. 4-hour looking to roll over. 2-hour looking to roll over. 1-hour red dot looking to print any minute now, potentially in 36 minutes. But nice little pop up for sand. But yeah, kind of what I would look for on sand here is, I'd be careful of a... Yeah, I'd be careful of this red dot. This red dot might bring you down just a little bit. And yeah, let's go ahead. I'm going to pull volume on this entire range here. Yeah, if we continue up, again, kind of the situation you're in here is, again, I'm going to put a line here. The reason being is we made this wick right here come up to that come up to that level right here. And if we actually go ahead and come up, boom, flip this to support, now you will be, you notice you have this little bit of a volume gap. This may, if you flip this to support, give you that nice rip all the way up to your value area high or your nearest high volume node, right? So if we break above this high volume node that you can see, let me move this over so you can actually see it. High volume node here, right? Boom. If you break this high volume node, flip the shelf to support, you will likely hunt out this next high volume node right here, coming in at about $1.27, $1.28, almost $1.30. So if you do continue up and you get another big move up for sand, I would look for that $1.30 level to be the next stop, in which case that may be a good place to start looking for some scalp shorts because you will be coming up to a key level of resistance. Now, pulling a local golden pocket here, let's go ahead and pull it from the high to the low. A little boom, a little bing, a little bong. And let's see. Maybe pull them from here. Yeah, there you go. Pulling it from this high over here before the massive dump that we got right here. Yeah, coming up pretty close. Again, yeah, confluence here between your level. What is this level? Oh, yeah, this is basically the breakout level. If golden pocket here as well, right? So you're going to you have decent resistance here. I'm actually going to draw this as a box. Let's go ahead and draw that as a box. A little boom, a little bing, a little bong. Bing, bong. Boom. There you go. right? So if you come up, that might give you a decent bit of resistance here. So it may not be the worst idea to look for some shorts at this level, but really the juicy shorts would more likely be at that value area high /786 fib level / high volume node in that $1.30 level, $1.26 level, between about $1.26 and $1.30. I'll actually go ahead and put a box on that too. That would be, we'll call this the short zone. Let's see. Bada boom. Bada bing, right? And we'll go ahead and grab the text. Short zone. Okay. Boom. There you go, right? So that is where we are looking for shorts. Bada boom, right there. So there you go. If we get another move up, that would be the next likely area of very strong resistance for sand. And again, money flow crossover on the daily is looking good. 16-hour green dot is printing. And so your bullish case, 1 hour money flow crossover, 90-minute money flow crossover, 45-minute money flow crossover, and money flow coming up with that 16-hour green dot, with that 12-hour green dot is your bullish case. So keep an eye on that. Where did our blue box go? Our short zone box is just gone. But anyway. All right, so there you go, guys. There is sand. I'm just going to redraw this box between about $1.30 and $1.30 and $1.26? I don't even remember. There you go. That high volume node down. I would actually move to the 786 here. We'll go to the value area high. Boom. Yeah. So that would be that next major level to short. Again, just looking for the high volume nodes. And again, just the simple volume profile theory here, guys. Right? Big gap. Right? If you leave this high volume node and you go into the gap, you're going to hunt out the next area of balance, right? Where were you balanced? Ranging right up here. That would likely be the next target. And again, just to be more simple, you would likely just hunt out the next high volume node. So there you go. So there is sand. Let's see. Bada boom. I stake Adam. Let's squeeze. Yeah. Shout out to It's Autopilot. We do have to keep things moving. I apologize, brother, but we will try to take a look at HBAR tomorrow. I know it's one of the more highly requested coins. But real quick, guys, I do just want to bring up the, let me pull up an empty chart here. I think this one's empty. Okay. So let me just pull up this golden cross here. Bada boom. Okay. So here we go, guys. On the daily time frame, you can see this is the, and there you go, right? We just confirmed the golden cross on the daily for Bitcoin, right? There you go. This is what it is. 50 moving average crossing over that 200 period moving average. But again, you'll see in the video uploaded tomorrow that, you'll see that, in the video tomorrow, more often than not, I'll just show you one example here. Let's see. One example. Bada boom. Here you go, right? So this golden cross right here, you can't really see it, but you got the red line crossing over the green line, your 50 moving average crossing over your 200 moving average. There's your golden cross. It did result in a little bit of a pump, but it only resulted in a little bit of a pump, right? You got a little 7% pump right before, I believe, a massive, a massive 18, almost 20% dump. But again, in the longer term, you get your golden cross right here, and then, a little bit later, you're all the way up here, right? So it does indicate bullish momentum, or it does indicate continuation to the upside, as this resulted in a 56% pump from this golden pocket. But I think a lot of people think that the golden pocket, or the golden cross, not golden pocket, the golden crosses result in an immediate pump to the upside, and that's just not always the case. And you'll see in tomorrow's video, it's actually very rarely the case. It's actually more often that you see something at least like this happen. Maybe you get an immediate move up, but it's always followed by at least usually a big move down. And then eventually, in hindsight, you'll zoom out and be like, oh yeah, that golden cross did wind up playing out. And there are some that don't play out at all. But again, stick around for tomorrow's video to get more detail on that. But this is what they're talking about with this golden cross. Typically a very bullish sign. Not saying it's not bullish. I'm just saying, obviously this one technically is starting off with a move to the upside. But is this going to give us that big move up to 25K or that big move up to 30K? Or are we going to get a little fake out pump like we just showed, a bigger dump? Maybe you go down to, retest some of these higher volume nodes, and then you get that big move up. And then when you look in hindsight, you may be like, oh, hey, that golden cross actually did give us a move up. But you don't realize that it may actually instantly instantly result in a move down, or it didn't instantly result in a move up. So there you go, guys. There's that golden cross. It is confirmed officially. So keep an eye out for that video tomorrow, guys. And with all that being said, guys, I think that is all the time we got for tonight's stream. We are running out of time a little bit here. So let's go ahead and spin that wheel of pain and pleasure. Again, guys, I do appreciate everybody for sticking around to the end of the stream. If you're here and you have not already, go ahead and smack that like button. And maybe, I don't know how many likes we have, but if we get 800 likes, we'll spin that wheel 12 times. And by 12, you guys know that I'm accidentally going to spin it probably 15, 20 times. But yeah, let's see. How many likes did we get? 682 likes. So close. Almost at 700 likes. We only need 100 and something more likes, guys. It's on the daily, but the death cross is on the weekly, so we shall see. Yes. Oh, Crypto Schmeep. Schmo. Yeah, shout out to you, man. Actually, I will go ahead and show this as well. Here you go. This is what happened. Oh, this his chart does not have a lot of price history, so let's go to the BLX. So here you go. Let me just go ahead and hide that TA. Also, this is worth looking at too, guys, here. Low volume, right? Low volume. So if we crack that 25 too, whoop, right up to that 30K level. So just displayed a little differently. But let me hide that. So this is that death cross, which has not happened yet. Yeah, I should probably take a look at this too in a video. But this is the death cross. The opposite of a golden cross is a death cross. So we have the death cross on the weekly, which, guys, we have never had. Every time we get close to a death cross, it actually winds up being the end of the bull market, the end of the bear market, and the beginning of the bull market. So, we almost came. People were probably so scared here. And then, skirt, we dodged it, and we came up into a massive bull rally, right? And then the end of the 2018 bear market, this 50-period moving average starts coming down towards that 200. And then skirt, we didn't get as close, but we skirted it, right? And now we are getting, this is definitely the closest we've ever gotten. So this is another thing to keep an eye on here, is that death cross on the weekly. So we'll have to see what happens, but this has never happened on the weekly time frame. So we don't really know how it will behave. If it behaves anything like this, maybe we just get closer. Maybe it crosses and then immediately uncrosses. But hey, guys, how weird would it be if we got some crazy news on that death cross and it started an absolute nuke, no pun intended, to the downside, right? I don't mean to be morbid here, but how coincidental would that be that the 1 week death cross on Bitcoin, the first one ever in history, happens on, some crazy news? That would be weird, and in which case I would go ahead and call everything a conspiracy theory. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. All right, let's go ahead and let's see. Okay, bada boom. Let's go ahead and spin that wheel of pain and pleasure now, guys. Let's go ahead and bing bong it out. 708 likes. Let's get those 7 spins in. Let's get it, baby. Shout out to the CandleMafia. Shout out to Jen, said, I wish I could hit that like again. Thank you for that, Jen. I appreciate you. We'll just count your vote twice. Knock on wood, Frankie. Can I knock on a wood wick? Let's go. Yeah, definitely not hoping for that, guys. Here we go, Lewis. I knocked on it for you, bro. Is there any merch with that being said, I'd wear it. Shout out to Nomad Dad. Hey, would you want it to say with that being said, or would you rather it say what Dave says, WTBS? Let me know. We could add it to the merch store. We could probably come up with a pretty funny design. And with all that being said, let me know, guys. Let me know. We could probably get that going. Shout out to Honda Man. Let's go. Spin numero dos. All right, here we go. Take a little sip of that Aztecian. Bada boom. Give him the giveaway, baby. Give him the giveaway. All right, here we go. Spin numero dos. Let's go. Bing bong. Let's go. Shout out 671 people still in here. 713 likes. Let's get it. Let's see. Yeah, WTBS LSLS. Shout out to Dave Digital. With that being said, let's see. Yo, Dave, you're funny, bro. Let's see. Thanks, Frankie. Keep an eye on the money flow, Candle Mafia. Bing bong. Shout out to Crypto, Shawnee B. Richard Rodriguez says, count me too. As twice. Shout out to Ricardo. Creighton C said, just draw an eggplant in it. He'll love it. Whoa, hey. Shout out to Creighton C. Let's see. Oh, God, chemistry, bro. Yes. But hang on. Okay. Boom. We're going to get that going, Chem, bro. Pink and We're gonna make we're gonna make a Candle Mafia hoodie now, guys. We might make a little bit of a different graphic, but it'll have something maybe incorporating the candles. Maybe it'll say Mafia on it somewhere. But yeah, we're gonna come out with some nice hoodies, guys. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to check out Hit Merch. Go to brands, click on Frankie Candles if you're interested in checking out any of our merch. We got tons of merch, guys. Tons of merch. Oh God, this say you weren't ready. Say without saying you weren't ready. Straighten that out, baby. Yeah, let's go. All right, let's see. Giveaway, let's go. Nomad Dad said, oh, good question. The acronym. I didn't think of that. Yeah, that's better. WTBS LSLS. Let's go. I will say this. I will try to make a design and get it in the store as soon as possible, but I will also say this. We're going to probably limit that one pretty heavy, right? Because I don't know. It's a pretty niche shirt, right? A lot of people aren't going to know what that is, but if we will make it limited, and I mean super limited. I don't mean like 50 or 100. I mean like maybe we'll do like 15 of those or maybe 10. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, let's see. What is Mrs. Candles getting for Valentine's Day tomorrow? Woo! Who said that? Wick, don't scare me like that, bro. Did you do that to scare me, man? Did you know that was going to catch me off guard, bro? God, you had me checking the date real quick in the bottom right of my computer. I was like, oh, no. Dude, you got me, bro. You got me. Let's see. Put me on the merch team, Frank. Hey, Dave Digital. Hey, you never know. We will be growing the team at some point. We will be growing the team at some point. I will tell you. You come up with some pretty good merch ideas. So, yeah, maybe I'll keep you in mind for sure. Let's see. Don't say Mafia on it. Some Gen Z snowflake will see it and claim it's scared and cause PTSD. Okay, yeah, we don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, guys. I'm just kidding. All right, let's see. How many spins did we get there? Oh, I told you. We almost got 800 likes, but we spun the wheel 8 times anyway. Shout out to the Candle Mafia. Let's go. I think you need @Dave Digital on the marketing team. Maybe we could then slip in a clown balloon one print off. One off print. Yeah, shout out to Nomad Dad. Let's go. Maybe we'll just make a Nomad Dad t-shirt. That'd be crazy. We just have like a community member merch. That'd be lit. All right, let's see. How do I participate in this game? Shout out to Adi. These are giveaways. If you want to win the giveaways, let me pull up my face here because. Oh wait, hang on. Let me see how many. This is for the mods. We did get. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 giveaways out of 8. And just so people don't think I'm a scammer, there you go. 5 giveaways out of 8. So, but yeah, guys, let's see. Hey, Frankie, what moving average line cross for the death cross? It's the same thing. It's the 50 and the 200 moving average. The golden cross is the 50 moving average crossing over the 200, and the death cross is the 50 crossing below the 200. So there you go. All right. So with all that being said, guys, I think that's all the time we got for tonight's stream. Still got 578 people in here. I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in tonight. I love each and every single one of you. I forgot. I feel like I had something to say. Subscribed. Check. Let's go. Shout out to Adi. Bing bong. Welcome to the Candle Mafia, bro. Let's get it. Let's see. Mafia jerseys with screen name. Yo, let's go. We actually have team jerseys. There's gonna be a Satoshi Glakamoto shirt, a Dave Digital shirt. There'll be a Frankie Candles jersey. The Mrs. Candles jersey. Let's go. That'd be so sick. Let's see. All right. Shout out to Burke. I see you, bro. But guys, with all that being said, that's all the time I got for tonight's stream. I appreciate you all for hanging out with the Candle Mafia tonight. Don't forget, guys, if you're new here, we go live every single weekday at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. And let me see if BJ answered. He didn't. He left me on red, guys. You believe this? Unbelievable. BJ, if you're seeing this, I love you. Give your boy a raid. Let's go, guys. With all that being said, that's all the time we got for tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB, guys. Smash that like button on your way out. Hit me with a hashtag value if you found this live stream valuable. It helps me out to know if I'm just wasting my breath up here or if you guys are picking up what I'm putting down, catching what I'm throwing, smelling what I don't know. Well, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong. Hasta pasta. Satoshi, if you're out there and you can hear me, please hear this candle prayer. Candle God, please dump the market. This is what I want. Please bring it to life. I will worship and respect you as I always do. That's all I got. Frankie Candle's out. Amen. Bing bong. Okay, hopefully it dumps. Oh, whoa, hey, whoa. Guys. Hey, listen, I swear, I don't pray to candle gods. I swear. That was like I'm doing it as a bit, guys. I knew you guys were there. I knew you were there. That was on purpose, guys. I don't actually well, anyway, guys, I'll see you next time tomorrow. Same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please, Satoshi. Be the candle. Dump the markets. It's probably going to rip. That's all I got. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hasta pasta. Bing bong.